you want to talk about science, I can scientifically test what I'm saying. I can take an object that's more dense than the air. I can drop it. It goes down. Then I can use a Van de Graaff generator to introduce electrostatics. I can make the object levitate and or just go up. I can change its weight. I can change how fast it falls with electrostatics. All objects that exist are electrostatic. The air is electrostatic. Even in a vacuum, there's electrostatics. So I've now scientifically proven that electrostatics will change the weight of an object, how fast it falls, and its direction. Now, can you do the same thing with gravity? Can you give me an experiment that actually isolates gravity and proves it's the cause?
Okay, I'm ready to go to questions. I'm actually this is exactly how I thought it was going to go, and I'm not thrilled about this.
The way we establish elevation is we measure a vertical distance above the perpendicular horizontal baseline. That's how we measure elevations. Has nothing to do with the curved earth. I can pull up the government's official engineering site right now that says for up to 100 square miles, all engineering assumes that the earth is flat and uses plane survey. All of it. It is not in any way. How can you build a bridge assuming the earth is curved? He said it himself that it's curved. You just can't tell. It's close enough. So in reality, plane survey is how we get maps, distances, how we do engineering. The globe claims, oh, well, if we stitch them all together over a distance, I promise it would be curving. Let me actually change the radius by 15%, assume refraction, assume the curvature, throw out all the other measurements, cook the books, and then if I get within 80%, somehow that proves that the Earth's a ball, and then they hijack the horizon, which is optical, and claim that it's physical. And everything that I'm saying is a fact, okay? And that's why we have to assume the Earth is flat to get elevation. And that's why we have to assume the Earth is flat to build things, because if you assumed it was a globe, it wouldn't work. These are all facts. So they got everyone thinking, oh, I never feel like I'm moving, but I'm moving. And I see the sun and the moon move, but they're not moving. And the sun looks like it moves in the sky, but actually it's sitting still. And I'm just falling backwards during the sunset. I just can't tell. And the horizon, which is where the word horizontal came from, is of course horizontal and flat, but actually it's curved. You just can't tell. The sun and the moon appear to be the same size, but actually the sun's 400 times bigger than the moon, just coincidentally exactly 400 times further away also. So it looks like that. So whenever you can't trust your senses at all, you actually have to turn to an authority to tell you what's up. Right? And so that's how you condition someone to make them a slave. You're like, oh, I can't even figure out the basic stuff. Everything I experience is the opposite of truth according to these people. So I need them to tell me I'm not smart enough to figure it out. And then they just brainwash you. I mean, that's just one of there's probably 20 different answers to this question, to be real.
For people that are interested in logical debate, you are in for a treat. I mean, witnessing Austin Whitsitt debate is like watching prime Michael Jordan play basketball.
Field.
Yeah, I can easily explain that, but we're gonna actually conclude the first point you're trying to get away from, which is you asked how there's a gas pressure gradient. I explained you can't even have a change in pressure delta X without X, the antecedent to gas pressure is containment. And we can replicate a gas pressure gradient inside of a container, especially whenever you're introducing gas to the surface level constantly, which is what we observe on the Earth. And that we have a vertical electric gradient that results in a downward electric current that is provable, testable, measurable. We can run generators off of it. You guys just deny it. So that is a fact. And then I said, well, you can't even have the antecedents for the pressure to have the gradient in the first place, so that it backfired and you can't support it. You responded with a straw man fallacy saying, oh, now we don't have a gradient, so I can't go to the top of Mount Everest with different air? No, I literally explained how you could have the gradient and how you can only have the gradient on a plane Earth that's contained. So then you tried to change the subject. So would you like to conclude that you can't actually demonstrate it? We can't demonstrate it and Flat Earth takes the dub again? And then we can move to the next point? Is that what you want to do?
No, because they're none of my questions. So let's go back to the one where I talked about gravity.